So this is the top that I'm working on. I just want to show you this way, and then I'll show you frontwise. This is going to be the front. So this right here is the top, and then this is it's a mesh. Okay. But right here at the top, it's a little bit denser than down here. And I made it a little more open at the bottom. Can y'all tell that? And this right here is where it's going to attach, and this will be underneath the arm. I do not have a pattern for this. All I'm doing is just winging it. Here is the front. So I marked this as the front. This is the granny square top that I did. Okay. So there's the front. This is the middle. This right here is where it attaches. So this goes on here, and it attaches there. Okay. So let me kind of show you what this is going to look like. You guys liking it so far? Hi, Lori, come on in. I just saw your post from Facebook. I'm so glad you found some really good deals. Really good deals. Oh, it does tell me something. Yes, today you're feeling it. That's what it tells me, girlfriend. You are feeling it. You be careful. Okay, so here is the top part. Now, the idea is for it to go around the shoulders like that, right? So it's an off the shoulder. And then this will attach here. Right? And then that will go under the arm. And then I'll do a back panel also. So y'all get it? What do you think so far? Hi, Laura. Come on in. This one is a really fun color. This is Red Heart. And it's the Super Saver Jumbo Speckles. And this one is the Jade Speckles. So I'm not sure how I feel about this right now, because this is looking okay. And I would imagine, I feel like it might be a little too tight. I hate to take it apart right now. And I'm just using a regular white to put it together. But I don't know. You can see it's kind of slipping up. So I thought, well, I could come back and put something across here at the top. You know, on the sides of it. So not putting it together, because of course it's coming in pieces. So this piece, front and back. So 3 pieces right now. We'll see. that's where I'm at with that one. I have 2 of these that Chelsea sent me. All right, so with the Granny Square card deck, this one is the one I'm reconstructing. Yeah. Kept thinking that it's not going to fit, but once you blocked it into, okay, cool. Yep, that too. Yeah, the arm movement up and down. That's what I was thinking. We'll see. It's just an experiment, and it's definitely not expensive yarn. Actually, I didn't even pay for this one. Chelsea bought it for me. So, okay. So that one I have, when I was in, well, this was started with squares. This was started on another channel, and this was started with squares. And what I wound up doing is putting this, I'm reconstructing it. So it started with those 4 squares. See them? These 4 squares in the center is where I started. And now I've been reconstructing it based on the cards. And the card I'm doing now is this one. So it's 4 colors, and you're supposed to be making each one a square, but I'm now doing it in rounds. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, and then for 5 it would have been a center one and then 3 of the other. So I did one row of the first color and 3 of the other color. And then the next square was, gosh, I can't remember, but I couldn't tell the difference between the 2 yellows. It was 2 yellow colors. So I put the orange in between, and it's a solid. That one was a solid. Hi, Sally. And then the next square, maybe I should show you the squares. You'll be able to understand what I'm talking about better. Let me get those out. So see, we had these squares. We had 1, and then a solid granny. And then we had the solid square, but done in colors. So this one's not the granny, it's the solid, but 4 colors. And then we had a solid in 1 color. I have ham on the brain myself I guess because of Easter. Okay, and so this one is the one I'm talking about. There was a center color and then 3 rows of the white. And I did that one. That one was the one where I did this. This was the pink and then the 3 colors, okay? The next one was a solid, so not granny, but solid. And it was this one. And that's that. Then the next one was a half and half, but in granny clusters. So half and half. So what I did was I did 2 sides in the blue, see? 2 sides in the blue and 2 sides in the white. Okay, so now I told you we're doing the 4 color one. But this is proving to be rather interesting because how do you join it? So what I've done, let me put this on the ground. And I'm using, these are all DK weight. These are all DK weight. And they are, I'm using a G hook. So right here, see how I joined it? It does not have the traditional center hole like the other granny does. It's a little bit different when you join them together when they meet. I come over and the first one, I go into that corner with the traditional corner piece, and then I go back. When I come back, come across, you have to build the steps. So I'm building them in the end of the third one and putting the 3 in the end of it as I go up. This one is the granny stripe blanket. I can't remember if I have worked on this since I showed it to you guys. See if I can find my progress keeper. Yes, I have. All right, here's my progress right here. Hey, everybody settle down. There's my progress keeper right there. I did this much right here on it. Several rows, really. And this one is it's based on the Attic 24 granny stripe blanket, but I'm fading it. So I hold one color until I run it out and just change the other 2 colors. Unless I get bored. And this has a whole bunch, and these are all fingering weight yarns. But it's so heavy and hot that I can only work on it some days. So see, I worked quite a bit on it during January. All right, this one is the Expression Fiber Arts. Fingering weight blanket. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and some of these were just scraps, and 5. And this one is a neutral. And then this one's being put together with the yarn from the sweater that Mr. Fiber took apart for me. 6, 7, 8, 9, see, little scraps, and 10. And this is the yarn that he took from the sweater he took apart. It's a fingering weight cotton mix, and it has little speckles in it. Okay, so that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, 21, 22. This one has 4 different colors. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. That's 30. I need to do another white one. And then these are the ones I did the other day that I showed you. So it's 31, 32, and 33. So I have 33, and you need 64 for that blanket. Hey, Jolene. Jolene, Jolene, Jolene. So that is that blanket. You're welcome. Here is how mine is looking. I think I want to do just a few more rows of this. In case you missed it, on Friday night, we picked moss stitch. I think it's called, is it called moss stitch, y'all? This is the Scrap and Crime blanket from Friday night. And there's how that stitch looks. So it's single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and then you come back and I've been changing colors every row. I think I want to do just a few more rows before I move on. But this is another one. Gosh, what is it about the way that a scrap blanket feels? There's something so squishy and tantalizing about one. They just make you feel so good, a scrap blanket. You know it? I don't know how to describe that. All the different yarns and the different stitches and stuff. It's tactile and textured, and they're wonderful. I love them. And I'm using the Prim hook for that one. The J hook, Prim J hook for that. I have not worked on this since I showed it to you, but I'm getting there with it. And this one is Mr. Fiber's hat. Let me show you down here. The colors might be a little bit different. It is a 2x2. It's knit in a 2x2, 2 knits, 2 purls. It's a very stretchy fabric. He knows I'm making him another one, and he said, be sure you make it long enough. It needs to be burrito size. Did y'all remember that he uses it when he's not wearing it in the winter? He's using it throughout the year to put the burritos in to take to work. And it is, I think it's 9 inches. Well, just about 9. A little over 8. We're getting there. It barely fits in my Bridget bag now, the tattooed ladies. And this is the Big Twist Living in the color Community. He picked it out. Yes, it's a burrito cozy in the summer. And then the other one is a Made in America yarn. I don't remember I've lost the deal for it. But it's a really high twist fingering weight, and I'm holding them together so that the material is not so open. So this is by Queen's Crafts by Bridget. This next time I think that I sit down to work on this hat, probably I will finish it. And I'm using my Addie's squares. I love my Addie squares for hats on a 16-inch cable. This one is a fixed cable. I like the fixed 16-inch cable for hats. And this is a little doodad I got at a craft show at the Dallas Fort Worth Fiber Festival. I got that on one of the booths. Okay, now gosh, you guys, this is another Bridget bag. It's the Japanese knot bag. Queen's Crafts by Bridget, the colorful butterflies. This is my Joyce cowl. This is all I have left of this color. Getting really close with that one. This is all I have left of the second color. And I think I'm just going to hang on to this and put it in my scrap blanket, our scrap and crime blanket. And then this is what I have left of the third color. Now these are Bougie Mat Yarns, Malabrigo. It's going to be a snood. The last time y'all saw it, I believe it was right here. And I had just started this one, right? Look at that. It is just everything, let me tell you. It really is. I absolutely love it. So I faded these colors, and I did it where it's very random where I do my pearls. It's mostly stockinette stitch. Isn't it stunning? This Malabrigo is it's just amazing to work with, you guys. It really is. These are all one of a kind Malabrigo, and this yarn was given to me by Joyce. She's yarn motivated here. And so what I did was I started with that one that had just the tiny bit left. And then I moved to this one. And then I faded these in also, you guys, the little one stitch here, one stitch there, when I was switching it over. But when I went to this one, it gave us this like really drippy kind of look right down the, and I absolutely loved it. And it did the same thing going the other direction. Hi, Chuck. How are you today? And so then it went up here. And like every now and then I do 4 pearls and 5 knits, and 4 pearls and 5 knits, or 1 pearl and 8 knits. I mean, it's just all very random. This one here, I did a seed stitch. Here I did an entire row of pearls. I'm fixing to do an entire row of pearls up. See, I did one here, a whole row of pearls up here. So a garter row. And I'm going to finish with this one, and I'm going to do a couple more rows plain stockinette, and then I'm going to put the other one in, and I'll finish with this one. And the reason I wanted to finish with this one is because I want this one around my face, okay? Because this is going to be a snood. So when I finish, because I added a half again stitches after so far, right about here, I added about every other stitch, I added another one so that I'd have twice again, like a half again stitches. So this is 1 time, this is 1.5 times stitches up here. And that way it'll come up over my head and it'll be bigger at the top here. And then this will be around my face. I hope that's making sense. Hi, Matt. Yes. It's Matt yarn. It's Malabrigo. I saw your coloring. It's beautiful. So yes, this thing is just, oh, it's like, you know, when you're a kid and you got a blankie. Yeah. It'll be very, very nice to have as a feel good cowl in the winter time, spring, fall, winter, you know, whenever we've got a cool day. Okay, and then I have worked on the Advent, but not a ton. This is the train case bag from Knit for Brains. Let me show y'all what's in here. This is the Advent. So I did a little bit more on that one. It's time to bring in the next color. But if you have not seen this, I am now doing it in, it started as a knit project, and now it's a crochet. I was doing it all in single crochets and doing the Advent minis and then the main color in between. And this will be a very long scarf. I haven't decided whether I will just do a little something on the bottom or whether I will put it together so that it's a infinity. But I did start doing a little bit of color work with the colors, and I am going to do that. And then ever so often I do a half double crochet because it gets me a little farther, a little quicker. Yes, everybody hit the like button. Thank you, Shad. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, some of you guys are still getting some, and this is the next color. And I'm going to use this as contrast color work. So I haven't really done much on that, but I do some here and there. I started today in my naughty knitting sack. This is the one with the skeletons. I started another knit washcloth. And this is Dishy from Knit Picks. I don't know the color. I don't have the ball band for it. But this is what I got done going to breakfast with Mr. Fiber today. This went with me in the car. He went over to breakfast and he brought me back this bag. Well, they closed the restaurant, but I still have this bag. This bag, this one I put our crochet project. And we're going to get back to that next week. So you'll have to go through and look for the stitches to do the 1 through 4, I believe. And then this next one will be our repeat. So this is a sweater Mr. Fiber took apart, and it's like a thin boucle. And it's kind of a cocoa color. And I'm holding it together because I'm crocheting with it. I'm holding it together with this, which is a Honeybee Knits color called Victorian Bee. This was her colorway. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Thrifty Crocheter. And if you remember, this is where we were at. This is where we were at so far on that shawl. Okay. So we're going to, the next 2 rows that we do on this next week will be the repeat rows. So if you need to go back and see if you're, how many of you are doing this? Oh, you're welcome, Michael. I fully plan on someday getting to them, but you know how it goes. I did want to have them in my collection. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, on Crotchety Crochet we are doing from this book. This is the book that we are working from. And the one we're doing is called Does anybody remember now? I shouldn't have changed places. I think it's the Shell Cape. Isn't it the Shell Cape? Yes. And row 5 and 6 are the repeat rows. And this is what it's supposed to look like right here. That's what it's supposed to look like. I'm trying to see which picture. Let's see if I can find it for you. You have to go through the book and it's held together with yarn. The book is. The book itself is held together with yarn. Well, I want to say that it's this one on the front. I'm almost positive it's this one right here. This one. And see, it has a texture down at the bottom. So join me next week when we do the crotchety crochets. But remember that I am doing the traction now. And so I go Monday, Wednesday, Friday for that. And that is everything right now.